Come and let's play together. In the bright sunny weather, let's all go to Gullah Gullah Island. Gullah Gullah, Gullah Gullah, come and let's play together. In the bright sunny weather, let's all go to Gullah Gullah Island. Gullah Gullah Island. I don't know why that is in my head this morning, but I figured I'll open the video with it. Girl, the tea is dropping in London, and it's dropping in London right now. So I was on TikTok this morning. I was relaxing. I was going to get to my studies in a minute. And I was like, I hadn't even taken the dog out yet. And I was like, you know what? Let's just see what's going on here. And I scroll and see JESSEL sitting next to Sutton, talking about their new seasons. And JESSEL said, well, I'm going to drop a bomb. And she did. And she did. She said, and I quote, someone got hit on a plane. On a plane. So already we're involving the FAA. Someone got hit on a plane, and the cast had to separate and stop filming. You heard it right. You heard it here first. Housewives of New York was cut short because of the brawl. Season cut short. I can't believe it. But I can, because none of these women have any authentic friendships or real relationships. But yes, JESSEL dropped that bomb. A fight on an airplane. Aggression at altitude. Getting into fisticuffs over cargo. Brawling and baggage claim. Well, actually, no, y'all was on the plane. Y'all was on the plane. You was cutting up in the cabin. But she didn't tell us who it was. So, I guess we all get to play a little game this Sunday morning. Who fought on that airplane now? I want to know who the airplane fight was all about. Who do you think it was, Bryn? JESSEL? Well, it wasn't JESSEL. We know it wasn't JESSEL. Jenna Lyons, her teeth already fake. So there's a level of, well, your teeth already fake, so they can't get knocked out. So you could just send them aside. So you got to worry about getting your teeth knocked out. But I don't see it as her. So that leaves, I don't know if I don't see the new girls. I don't see it with the new girls. I don't see it with. You would never tussle in a terminal. We got violence here. Tussle in a terminal. Yes. Airport aggression. Airport aggression. So we are going to be messy as we want to be. It is Sunday morning. I have my mimosa. So let's just be as messy as possible. Let's open up the floor. I'm opening up the lines. The link is in the chat. This is open up. We can write a fan fiction this afternoon. Fighting in first class. Oh, wait. Pummeling in private. Pummeling in private planes.
Oh no.
Getting jawed on a jet.
Jesseling in a jet.
Did JESSEL get jawed on a jet?
No.
She didn't say it was her. And you know JESSEL. Like, we only known JESSEL for a hot minute, but I just don't think JESSEL would tell her business like that.
No, especially if she got whooped. I feel like she'd be like, you know what? I'm going to take my licks. I'm gonna, heal these bruises, and I'm gonna fight another day, but I'm not gonna.
But yes, she said, quote, someone got hit on a plane. One person had to go home, one person went to a hotel, and they stopped filming.
So
the season was cut short.
Yes, because
Short.
who runs the airspace? They probably cut them
The
cameras dead
the
ass.
FAA.
They said, we ain't tussling in the air.
A midair melee.
Acrobatics in the air.
Oh my God. Alex, do I think they will find the individuals and Bravo itself or just the individuals?
No, Bravo might get this.
No, I'm going to tell you the reason that we ain't heard nothing is this must have happened on a private plane. Bet you a fat man, bet you a thin one.
I hope, hopefully, because the FDA or whatever you call them, they do not play.
The FAA don't play, but the FAA would also have to be informed.
True.
Now, if it depends on what Bravo airs. A lot of times they don't care what goes on in private jets.
Yeah.
And that's the only, because otherwise somebody would have filmed it. Like somebody would have caught them on the trip and then caught them fighting. Like we already see airplane fights as it is. And I mean, if that ain't reality, these heifers got into an airport altercation.
I don't mess with the IRS, and I don't mess with the
FAA.
I don't mess with them because
they will tell you to sit down. They will tell you aren't going anywhere. You better get on a bus. They will sing you that song. Better go Greyhound. Better go Greyhound.
Yeah, after they put you on the no-fly list, they'll give you an application to a Greyhound like ticket or whatever, or a pass. Yes. And they said, you know what, you might need this. And shoot, if you want to go international, you might have to take a boat.
Yeah, you're going to be on Carnival cruise ship talking about, if my friends could see me now. They can't because they already there.
Oh.
The ratings are horrible. This is a cover-up to cut the season short. They probably got in a fight because the ratings are so bad. They all mad at each other. I'd be upset too. You done messed up my meal ticket.
They be just looking at each other. It's like, you heifer.
It's federal. I mean, an altercation on an airplane.
Shoot.
I want it now. Who do we think it was betwixt and between? Who was the aggressor?
I don't think JESSEL, because I don't think she wants.
She's not on the show, so that would be a great reason for her not to be her, because she's not on that show.
Yeah, true. And also, if anything does happen, I don't think she's dumb enough to be like implicating herself.
Wait, the FAA will sing you, "Begging lady, you gonna miss your bus, but you gotta hurry up, cause you got too much stuff." Oh! Or wait, like Angie Stone said when she was guest starring on Girlfriends, don't miss your shuttle. Oh Lord. Them heifers gonna be whoever it is, she might be on the ground.
But so like you said, it's private, so they might not care. Like, hey, you gotta bust up your head, but we're on public airplanes. That's what we care about.
I don't see it being Jenna Lyons. Okay. I don't see JESSEL busting a grape. I don't see Aaron fighting either. And that leaves us with Bryn, Sai,
I can
and Uba.
definitely. I see Sai, or however you say her name.
It's Bryn, Sai, or Uba. Though now I ain't saying it gotta be them three.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, who you think gonna bust a grape? We got the news from Jessel, and the way we got it from her, I don't think it was her.
Mm-hmm.
And now hold on, but we do have that new girl.
Oh yeah.
And we talking about her pregnancy, and she got pregnant by some other guy other than her husband and whatnot. I mean, hell, that happens a lot more than people.
Was she still pregnant during that, or is it like how long was? Nah.
I don't know. I don't know how long it. I don't cook children. When was the last time I whipped up a from scratch baby? I hear it takes 12 months, and some people take 6 months. Some people have them in 8. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have them. I don't have them. That's all I know. But so let's see. Bryn also, I'm gonna say she gives me a more underhanded, deceitful fighter. I ain't saying, like, here's the thing, everybody ain't shit. Let's get that clear. I'm not saying anybody is better. I'm saying who could I see bust a grape? Because there are people you like, oh, he ain't gonna bust a grape. And there are people like, oh no, he that one will go crazy.
Yeah, leave him alone.
I see Sai as that one, she'll get with you.
Yes.
And Uba, I also feel will get with you. I could kind of see it being pushed out of Bryn, or I could also see it being pushed out of Aaron. But Jessel and the other one, the Jenna,
nah. I mean, Bryn, I don't know. You could see her start the fight, but then not be the one to actually physically fight. They get someone else to fight her for her. But
yes, like she did with Uba.
Yeah, and it could be happening again, but up in the air. Hey, Psychic.
Hey, everybody. So, things are getting hostile in New York.
We are, I mean, this has been quite a tea-filled weekend. Honestly, I wish I had known all this was going on. We would have set up a GoFundMe for London, because this is where the tea is being spilled. So just to recap for everybody new in the room. So there's a platform in America, it's called Hulu. In the UK, it's called Hayu. And they're having this big Housewives launch because, like, Hayu's kind of like becoming their Peacock and whatnot. So Bravo's putting all their shows there. They just announced Housewives of London. And at this same 3-day event, they had Jessel and Sutton on stage talking about their respective seasons. And Jessel said, and I quote, "Our season was cut short because someone got hit on a plane. Someone had to go to a hotel, and someone had to go home, and we stopped filming."
And who allowed that?
Was cut short.
That sounds like someone wasn't told not to be mum's the word, or they were, and she just said, you know what, F it.
I don't know. They don't normally drop tea unless they are allowed. Bravo has them clamped pretty good. That's wild though. Slapping on a plane.
I believe that this is a breadcrumb that was put out there because the ratings are abysmal.
Right? I was gonna, yes, toilet ratings mean the toilet rumors come out.
I mean, after this summer, I'm not surprised.
Well, let me ask you this, because Alex and I were talking about this as, one of our kind of highs and lows, deeper dive discussions that we're working on. We've already been complaining that this is New York is kind of mean from the jump, like gossip that they're getting at each other about and the way that they're going after one another is not based on friendship first, right?
Mm.
So now we're finding out that this season really actually escalated to like darkness, like hands on
Violence on a
people,
plane.
Darknesses.
and hands on people in confined spaces. That's troublesome because there's not a lot of places to go on a plane.
Yeah.
And that's a great question.
And if it was on their seat,
How pissed do you have to be to hit someone on a plane? How? Because that's two things. One, you got to be angry as all hell, and but also on the same level, how disrespectful do you have to come out of your face to be to get hit on a plane? To say, okay, I'm sitting right next to you in this 5x5 space. Right now, I'm gonna choose to needle you. Right now, I'm gonna be as disrespectful as I can because you can't get up and walk off and go anywhere. That also, it's like if you get hit on a plane, what were you doing? Because I don't think you was just sitting there reading your Bible.
And if alcohol was also involved, then Bravo needs to take a look at their formula. Because
be like Tag Race, where they were having all these girls having these mimosas or cocktails, and then they decide, you know what, you get one drink per episode, and that's it. They might need to do that for these housewives because I know some of them are just back to back. All these tall glasses of champagne, mimosas,
and it's free.
Yeah, and it gets to the point where like I don't want to watch alcohol related disasters. Maybe you ran your mouth because you were feeling yourself and tipsy. Maybe that argument was over that. Maybe you went into the pool without your shirt on or whatever. But I don't want to watch alcohol dark disasters. So that's where Bravo needs to work on the line, because if people are slapping each other on a plane, that's bad. And then if it was because everybody had overindulged, there you're going to add another layer of dysfunction to all of it.
Now, here's something funny. Bravo, the first year they had BravoCon and they had the super VIP, you got free drinks. And they had that up until last year. They were like, oh, people are getting too drunk. We've got a lot of people here now. They understand it at their own event. And that's why cocktails there are $20.
They can go to hell.
Oh, yeah. But you know what it does? It keeps people from being drunk at the event.
On the premises. If you want to go and do that, you can go and find plenty of places to do it in Vegas, but we don't need you feeling too froggy at BravoCon.
Good morning, you guys.
Hey, Sky.
Can I mention something right fast?
Wait, what?
I wanted to mention something right fast about the alcohol thing. It's crazy how when you hold up a champagne glass and you violent, you still consider classy based. But if you got some Hennessy or some Patron in your hand, you ghetto as hell. And it seems that they make as many drastic snap decisions, whether they smacking somebody, getting behind the wheel of a car. They seem to do as many things as a person where they would consider that they're going down. Like I don't drink like that. I'm classy. I drink like this. And it seems that they're inducing theirs with pills and everything else. So I'm just trying to figure out, because you got money in your drink, but your drink glass changed from a shot glass to a champagne glass. I don't see how it pans out to be one is less violent than the other and one is less ghetto because they got a cocktail dress on.
I mean, we're seeing that with Karen. Like, she's all going, oh, how dare you even question me? And like, oh, I'm going through court. I can't answer any questions. And it's like, girl.
And that's the part that's so sad, because when I heard Aaron and Alex talk about this a couple of days ago, but when Shannon Bedore had her incident, look how nasty Tamara was and how she is, and then look at when you see Karen Huger. She was so busy, looking down her glasses at other people that when she did it for this is I think the second DUI that ended into a car accident, that it's still and I can't talk about it, I. But it's crazy how the circle of supposed to be supportive friends become the same circle of you did it, because you look in the group, um, what's her name? The other GNA, what's her name? Ashley
Mhm.
drinks.
Oh
They
yeah.
said there said something about Monique drinking. They said and Robin drinks. They all have these tendencies that they get into these environments, and then the alcohol make you, depending on the alcohol you drink and where you live at, you ghetto compared to you bougie, and you both end up in a damn bush somewhere.
Well, I mean, it's also high stress environment. I mean, I think I might develop a problem if I had to fight with somebody who had all kinds of shenanigans afoot to stay on the show, and then my personal business was about to be aired,
But
public
Aaron, they signed up
humiliation.
for this though.
Through
They
it.
signed up for these things though. That's the difference of you just living your daily life and you got your regular Chardonnay or something at home, and that's how you do it. These they are choosing to put their life in front of the camera. It's a difference when you just live, when you don't have an option and that's just your life. But these people are choosing to use this, and then the shows are and the networks are feeding it to them. They're providing them more alcohol, providing them with the space and opportunity to get bust, and things get crazy. And then they get behind a wheel. Rather, if you have a bad argument when you leave out the house with somebody, you can get in the same type of car accident than you can when you're drinking. This is a network that provide these things in this environment for grown people that should be taken as taken in account that they are grown, and you need to be responsible for your actions. Your alcoholic consumption, whether you in New York, Beverly Hills, or Atlanta, it still needs to be some kind of, somebody need to hold these networks to
Hmm.
some type of responsibility, because
I agree.
it's almost like dope dealing, and they don't never have to leave the house. You know what I'm saying? You provide them all the drugs, and they just provide you the entertainment and the views. And so I just don't see why the networks are not being more. Um, there need to be some more stipulations on these things, because, like you said, the fighting, they're having fights and leaving these environments after they've been drinking.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Everyone is grown and they are choosing. That's 100% undeniable. I think what I am just looking at is at a trend, right? We watch
Mhm.
over a 10-year period, we watch these women age out of being able to drink like they did, or any of us in
Mhm.
our 30s, right? Life gets even more intense and
Right.
insane. People are going to jail, people are getting cheated on, like all the stakes are higher and higher, and the audience is much more keen to watch it. It's tea, it's exciting, it's whatever. And I just feel like I agree with you, Sky, that the network does need to take a look at the way that they condone and nurture that
They
relationship with
facilitate it.
substances, but then also then are completely hands off when you have problem after problem after problem because of
Correct.
alcoholism.
Ooh,
There's the Caroline
correct.
Correct.
Manzo lawsuit. There's
Huh.
the
Hmm.
A
anyway.
They
great
back that ass
example.
up away from you.
A great example of that is when Bethany brought up who does and who doesn't do harder substances than
Oh
alcohol
yeah, I
at the
saw that video.
reunion. And
Mhm.
she said the C word. She was like, well, I think Andy's talking about, who does,
Okay.
who does that and who doesn't. And and then Bethany was like, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. And then Dorinda was like, I don't do it. And Sonia was like, oh,
They said,
please.
I
"Girl,
was
We
gonna
all know you
say
do
that
it.
was
we all do it."
rumors and nastiness
Did
about
you
That's
Dorinda.
the
now?
fifth time, girl. What are you talking about?
I think that I think that
I
is
feel like that's
because,
more truths and empty bags.
Yeah,
and you
Sonia
know what?
looks
And they're
so
quick
like
to do
done.
that. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying, Sonia looks so done with her in that video. But I'll just say this too: Nene is a great tale of someone who was so long on the show for so long because we all knew she was doing substance, and I think also alcohol as well. But also, we're seeing her now outside the show. That's why people want her back, is because she's detoxed from both social media of millions of people watching her constantly and her feeling the need to one up herself and being ridiculous. So I feel like Nene is in a great place right now because she's out of the show. Of course, you know, like all addicts, I feel like once they go through a withdrawal, that's why she was so panicking and wanting to get back on because, oh, I need my fix. Oh, I need to get back on. But now I see her glowing because, you know, she's not
She's
in Bravo.
calmed down.
So I
You
feel
know
like
that missing
that, I
income
feel
from
like that would
Bravo
be a thing.
will make them do a whole lot of things. I mean, if Phaedra can, you know, bring life into a medical show. I'm assuming that eventually we'll get some drugs and alcohol rehab counselors on these shows that could because it is a shame that how we go from alcohol to the C word to the pills. And I'm like, the pills is right up. People keep forgetting that those pills are right up there with zombie mode in Florida. You might as well walk on the beach and be a zombie out there because those pills is conducive to all these plastic surgeries they getting, all
Oh,
these mental, you know, these therapists that they saying they getting these. They pop a Xan. You remember Lisa's
Dr.
pill
Martin.
bottle that, and so they have these type of pill parties and alcohol and depression parties, and that's exactly what they serve there is a whole bunch of pills and in this just dysfunction, and it passes over to everything that they do. Like I said, whether it's the coke, excuse me, the pills or the alcohol. Those are these three things is social media's drugs for these people.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I want to thank you both for joining me for this quick little update and for
Thank you for
sharing your
coming.
thoughts on the brawl that cut the season short. And we all are going to figure out who over the next few weeks was the one that actually did the aggression on the airplane.
This,
All right.
the sky.
Wow.